Backroads is made possible by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund with money by the vote of the people, November 4th, 2008.
Yeah, so we're Lydia Rose and the Bad Decisions. This is my dad, Joe, and he's the lead guitarist, pretty much the whole reason that Lydia Rose became Lydia Rose. He's been gigging over my entire life, and so music just kind of came natural for us.
I bought a drum set and found out that my oldest boy can play the drums when he was 5. He could play really good. We ended up having a band with John, Jack, and I playing all over. And we're talking a 7, 9, and at the time, 38-year-old or whatever it was. And Lydia was down in the cities at that time.
I was living my own life completely away from the music world and everything. And I ended up moving home, what I thought was going to be a 3-month stint. I was coming home just to clear my mind of the cities, kind of regroup and refresh. And then I got invited by my brothers. The whole bar was packed, and I went, oh wow, this is really, really cool. And so then it was the Raccoon Antlers featuring Lydia, okay? And then my brothers were starting to kind of step away, but it brought on a duo of my dad and I. We wanted to go out and play still. Didn't have a drummer or bass player, so we were 2 towns down for a couple years. And then when Kyle morphed in, then we were kind of finding a drummer here or there. My brother would come in and
fill in now and then, but
and
he doesn't want to play full time. It's not.
He's a mechanic through and through. That's a story for another day. But moral of the story is, slowly but surely this band has come together, and it works out really well as Lydia Rose and Bad Decisions, because bad decisions make great stories. So
you sure do.
I got a sick obsession with the little things in life, like racing in the morning or biking on the hillside. I don't need what them others deem as the finer things in life. Stick with my dad and his old guitar and head on down the road. I wanna see the West Coast breeze drifting through the trees, and I don't think that there ought to be so much worry on people in the street. The folks out in D.C. don't give a damn about you and me. Stick with my dad and his old guitar and head on down the road. I'm tired of busting my butt just to barely make a dollar. The world that I grew up in, no wonder we're alcoholics. Can't afford to own, can't afford to rent. I wish the 1% would just get banned. I'll stick with my dad and his old guitar and head on down the road. Still got this old obsession with the minor things in life, like rain falling on the rooftop or singing on PBS Live. I still don't need what them others deem as the finer things in life. I'll stick with my dad and his old guitar and head on down the road.
Some days I'm writing what I would consider Janis Joplin-esque music, and sometimes I'm writing Pink Floyd-esque music, and sometimes I'm writing Brantley Gilbert-esque music. I don't write like lyrics out like a poem most of the time. I have the entire ensemble in my head. The words come after I have already formed what the beat in my head is going to be. So sometimes I have the feeling of more rock and roll or rockabilly or something like that. And sometimes it's straight up Sierra Farrell, and it just depends on the
We've
day
had
of the
songs
time.
that started out very slow, and it was going to be a slow, say, love song, and it turns out being a rock breakup song.
Yeah, totally.
I mean,
it just totally depends on the time of day, when the feeling going on in my life, or how everyone in the band's feeling too, because each person that adds the element of the drums, if the drums is having a bad day, then the drum's going to be a little bit harder, a little bit more rocky maybe. If the bass players, feel a little bit slappier, he's going to slap that sucker. Most of the songs that we write, the best ones, are freestyled. I have my little voice recorder app on, and he starts playing, I'll start singing, the other band joins in, or a lot of time it'll just be him and I. And that's what I consider some of our best songs, is not sitting down and writing. It's just comes to be.
And we've had some that were at live shows that whoa, save this.
Yeah.
That was cool.
We got to come back to that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, time never stops, even if that's all you want. We're growing and we're changing every day. Sometimes I hear that song and I start to sing along. I wish I could go back to you and me. When I wish that I'd have told you, and I wish that I could find you just to tell you how much I miss those days when we said goodbye. Well, I thought that I'd have died. I wish I could go back to yesterday. Oh, I wish I could go back to yesterday. Well, thank God I can't go back to yesterday.
Being a father-daughter duo, first and foremost, before, I guess, a family band,
There's
first and
something
foremost.
special
It
about
is
it?
something that there is no way to encapsulate the natural way that it just progresses and goes by itself. I mean, my dad and I understand each other on levels that are unspoken,
It's
that
weird.
we don't understand
Yeah.
how we understand.
Going back to when we play with her little brothers, I'm playing with my boys, my daughter, right? We don't have to even talk. I can tell you what Jack is thinking. I can tell you what he's thinking in his head without even looking at him, just by listening to what he's playing.
So I would say the duo is very much so natural, organic. It's not even, we don't think about it. We practice, don't get me wrong, but we're adding new stuff necessarily. It's not like nailing down XYZ because it flows no matter what. Whereas when you have a full band and you got different people, different life experiences, different musical experiences, you know, whatever, you kind of have to go through, it's a bit more uniformed, I'd say. You know, in my experience of being able to kind of just go in and do with my brothers versus it's a different learning experience, it's a different sound experience. The finished product is completely different when you're bringing in different sound, and it's a lot more rocking. I mean, it's fun. It's so fun having the full band. I think that I would say the acoustic duo is good for small venues, intimate settings, but if you want to rock the house down, you gotta have Lydia Rose and the Bad Decisions.
Got me wishing I could come back down to earth. I've been tripping my pills and all my hurt. That's why I'm saying he blessed me with a curse. Well, he blessed me with a curse, and now he's saying goodbye. He's an evil man with an evil eye. Guess I should have known. I was down on my knees, I was so demented. Then I called the doctor, said give me some pills. The hurt won't quit and it never will. The doctor fixed me up and then he sent me on my way. I've been saying thank God for that day when he blessed me with a curse. Got me wishing come back down to earth. I've been dripping on the pills and all my hurt. That's why I'm saying he blessed me with a curse. To me, he's an evil man, he don't need to be free. I guess I should've known. A dirty player only plays what he knows. I lost my way, I came back home on a cloudy day. I've been home since and I can't complain. Bless me with a curse, got me wishing come back down to earth. I've been dripping on the pills and on my hurt. That's why I'm saying bless me with a curse. Down the road and I'm still cursed. Oh, why? I don't know if it'll ever subside. Now I'm doing better, I got back my time. I don't care about the evil man. I have grown to accept him, a part of my life, a time of reflection. Stronger's what it made me. He could knock me down, but he could never break me. He blessed me with a curse, got me wishing come back down to earth. I've been dripping on the pills and on my hurt. That's why I'm saying he blessed me with a curse.
Music has saved my life, and I think a lot of musicians can agree with that. Without the sound of music, the sound of silence would be tough to deal with, you know. I sing because it ultimately, I mean, it was bred into me. My dad has been musically driven his entire life since he picked up guitar when he was 12 years old. I mean, and so my whole life growing up, I watched these big rock singers on stage, and I thought that was so neat. And I'd go up there and I'd sing 5 little speckled frogs sitting on a, you know, and that was my that was my bar shows as a kid. And then I have my 2 younger brothers. Yeah, I have my 2 younger brothers. They also, you know,
5 years old playing in front of 400 or 500 people.
I saw them playing with my dad, and I thought, this is so cool. I think that, you know, and I can remember back to my first show of jumping up, and I wasn't.
There was actually more to that. I was losing my voice that day.
And that's how that happened.
It did not hurt at all. Like, yeah, you want to sing, and you were a little bit hesitant about it. You were like
so
scared.
I had my
don't
cell
want to sing
phone
in front
up
of
with
people.
Wagon Wheel. I had the words for Wagon Wheel up on my phone, and I'm shaking. But I remember getting down, and I went, I need to do that again.
Can I get you to come back?
Yeah, I need to do that again and again and again, and it's addicting. The feeling of being on stage
when you were in
and
high school,
performing,
we played all the time at home.
At home. But
It's
I never sang on stage until that random day that I, you know, jumped up. So music is just within me. It's totally, it's built into my entire family dynamic, I would say. So
can I add to that?
Definitely.
I come from a line of musicians, and some of my uncles, grandparents were very, very talented musicians. And one of them said to me one time, I don't know if he was joking or I don't know how it even came up, but he said, you know what the meaning of life is? And we were in the middle of a jam, and he said, the meaning of life is to enjoy the passing of time. And there is no better way than to enjoy the passing of time playing music with my kids.
Backroads is made possible by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund with money by the vote of the people, November 4th, 2008.